Man, oh man, what's going on? These retrofit stuff is wrong because when you have the retrofit, it's on CTV News right, CBC News right now in Ottawa. They have retrofit. You put an outside wall around the existing building, leave the roof there. Then they're going to add another roof section on top of that. Leave that roof there, all shingles and everything. Then they're going to put another roof on top of that, another layer. That does not help the fire departments when you have a fire. Now they got to go through that roof. Wait, we got another roof here. Wait a minute. We're not even into the building yet. Problem. There's a huge problem. I think we need to wake these people up. Do not be doing that. Our fire departments need to get off their ass and stop it. Do not put forms, prefab walls, insulated walls around the already built building. Just because you want to insulate it, do it proper. That's a half-assed job. That's the problem with today's society. Oh, let's make this stuff half-assed. And that's the problem. I would never do that. And that's the government allowing this to happen. That's wrong. Do not allow that. I would not allow that ever. You want a house, you build it properly. You got all these prefab homes and buildings and walls and shit. You pour the foundation, you build the walls. Don't just do what you want to do. Take fucking shortcuts because you want to make it better. No, do it right. They're lucky I'm not on the fire department because I would not allow that shit. Fire departments are allowing a lot of shit to slip by now. But when it's their lives on the line, when now you have two addicts, not one, two. So like I said, you got an outside, you got the regular roof that they're not even touching. They're taking the whole building and putting it inside another building. So now you got two buildings. Why is that allowed in Canada? You're watching the news, watch it, and tell me what you think of this shit. It's unbelievable what I see. It's crazy. So they took one building, built around it, put a secondary roof, a secondary roof. Now there's a fire on Brockville a few years ago. They were having a barbecue. Their house burnt. They had four different types of roofs on their one roof. Four layers. The fire department had time getting in their house. That's why they had to tear the whole house down and rebuild. That's exactly what they're going to have to do on Brock Street. Tear those houses down and completely rebuild. And I think they need to be proactive. The insurance company should allow it. Get them torn down. But it's a safety hazard. Get them torn down. And let them start rebuilding now. It doesn't matter. They need a place to go. They're great tenants or whatever, but still. Feel sorry for all these people that have fires. There's a lot of fires happening. Accidents happen. There's a lot of things happening out there we just don't understand. Yeah, Bitcoin went down and it's back up again. So I'm waiting for all my Bitcoin to go through my shares to go through the blockchain here, which I have a total value of over $235,127. That's still flowing through the blockchain, of course. Like in 24 hours, 144 blocks get done. So in 24 hours, 144 get cleared. But it's a lot of money when you got that kind of money sitting there. But I see what's happening. There's fires, car accidents. There's a lot of things. That's with the economy right now. Glad to see Case Bakery closing in Brockville. I guess that's another sad story. 128 years in business, not just through them. They took it over because the other people couldn't keep it running. They wanted to retire, plus they couldn't keep it running because of the cost of the product. Now they're in the same situation. They can't afford the supplies because of the grain and flour and all the ingredients to make those goods. That's all going to be closing. I can see Walmart closing, grocery stores closing. There's going to be a lot of business closing in the next few years. And that's what people don't see. They think all this shit's a joke. All the jobs are being lost. It's a start from the beginning. When you can't go buy groceries, you better be, hopefully you got something to live on. If it don't look good, it's just sad. How our money's got to go. Yes, digital currency's coming, guys. And if you ain't ready, like I'm already, I'm going to be ready when that shit hits the fan. Why? Because I'll have over $200,000 ready to go. If I don't get my ODSP, guess what? I have money available. Doesn't matter. I'm ready. Well, now I got to figure out how to pay them. Then you got to pay your rent in digital currency. Okay? No, we're paying it in Ethereum or Bitcoin or USDC, or Canadian dollars. Doesn't matter. People won't see what's happening. There's a lot of things that are going to change here. Like nobody realized what's coming. If you don't do it now, get yourself ready. You're going to be hurting in the end, guys. I swear. Uh, it's gonna hurt down the line. People don't think when they say no to Alto, they say no to Via Rail Canada, Via Rail train station. Via Rail, it's just got a notice. I got to 2030, get their act in gear. Then after that, there'll be no Via Rail trains here in Canada. So when you want to book a train, there ain't gonna be no trains. Because CN has said they need the tax. Why do you think it went from 100% to 30%? That's the reason why. They're losing services left, right, and center. CN canceled all those trains. You not realize that? Do you not see what's going on? That means the government loses money. And they're paying almost $15 billion a year. $15 billion just to run all those routes. Think about it. They got 15 billion and run on their own tracks. But everybody in this country says no, it doesn't matter. You don't own the land. You don't own nothing in this country. The government owns your land. You just signed the paper stating, oh, you got the deed. That's it. You have rights to the land. That's all you're getting, rights. You don't physically own the land. The government does. You got to have permission to build a house. You got to have permission to do a lot of things. If you owned the land outright, you didn't have to pay taxes. Guess what? You can do whatever the hell you want on that land. Till then, it's government owned. It's crown land. So get that out of your thick goddamn skull. You're thinking, oh, we own the land. We own the land. No, you don't. Do your research, people. The government owns these farms. The farmers don't own the farms. The government does. Why do you think we have regulations for it? If we didn't have those regulations, what's going on in this situation, right? Y'all realize that when also doesn't happen, also is to get from bigger city to bigger city in quicker time. The other train comes in behind and does the smaller town. That's how the train service works, people. The train tickets will go in lower price. Instead of paying a high price, you get a lower price. Why? Because they own all the tracks. They own all the rights. They have permission. They don't have to ask permission to go on a track to go to another city. 7 trains got turned around last week. 7. Because they were not authorized to go on that track. Because they didn't ask permission. You not understand this? No, because everybody in the country is self-centered, fucking brain dead. They don't think what's happening. When your train gets canceled, you know why it gets canceled? Because they don't have availability of track to operate. That's why they cancel trains. That's why they're trying to get the tracks built so they can move their train service on the other track so they don't have to sit and have being told what they can and can't do. The government wants it, and you all general public don't. Wait until you go to log in and say, hey, you want to buy a train ticket, go somewhere, and all of a sudden there's no Via Rail website because it's permanently closed. Are you going to blame the government for that? Because the trains were shut down? No, you're not. But if you think you're going to blame the government for shutting down the train, think again. Because it was all your fault. Every 18,000 people or whoever is saying no, it's all your fault. 100%. And I'm tired of everybody saying, oh, not my fault, not my fault. No, you're all to blame. Y'all need to get off your ass and wake the hell up. Shit's got to change in this country. Y'all don't realize this hantavirus, hamster virus, or whatever the hell this new virus is, it's going to spread. Y'all think, oh, no, 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 no. We've got people all over the place right now that are on about, take precautions, people. It was also apparently in the vaccines that we take. The fact that the stuff in your body does not actually stay in your body. You do your research if you're a medical scientist, you know. Every time you go pee, take a shit, that comes out of your system, people. It doesn't stay in your system forever. Your vaccine is not staying in your body. No, it lasts so long and then it disappears. But think what you're doing. Yes, people are having problems with vaccines. Could be a bad batch. Could be, it wasn't refrigerated properly. There's all kinds of things that arise from this stuff. It's nothing. People just, they're telling you different things. They're listening. These people that are mad scientists are trying to listen to the freedom convoy people because that's all they want to hear. So now they're changing. They're changing what us people really need to hear. There's a risk from every medication you take. It doesn't matter what you take. There's certain issues, and nobody understands that. We need to all think that, but nobody does. Like, oh, we don't have to listen to that. Vaccines do save lives, and that's what nobody understands. And that's what really, really hurts. It's just saddening what we have to go through in this country because people don't want to listen or understand what we have today. And that's what nobody realizes. I'm on, go to my channel, live stream, that's the 9th. I was saying the 9th when it's the 10th. Let's look live. Okay. Why are you saying the ninth? I don't know why. 28, 28, 38. Yeah, I'm trying to learn this program here too, guys. But, you know, the 19th is a good deal. But anyway, I'm just trying to find my live on YouTube here. But, let's see if I can. Good show.